Hey guys!
Hi! Happy Wednesday!
Welcome to episode 34? I don't know. I think it's episode 30. Yeah, I think so. But this is Signal Boost. It's our Northern Nevada art and culture show. We do every Wednesday right now. You're here. You're watching it. We live stream it. I'm Jessie Sprocket from the Generator. I'm the communications director.
And I'm Alicia Dynamic, and I'm the education manager at the Generator, which is where we are right now.
We're here. And we're also best friends.
Mm-hmm.
And we
I
are
like how that was like a question.
Well,
maybe.
And we also make art. So if you've never been here before, welcome and thanks for tuning in. And we have 2 live interviews. One's
It's a
about
packed
to happen.
schedule today.
So we're gonna go into it. The first thing we're gonna talk about is what's new with you? What's new with you?
Well, be getting into archery. That's kind of new. Sprocket and I we went shooting just yesterday. We went to the what's it called?
The Silver Bowman.
Yeah, but it's called like the Washoe Archery
Regional Archery.
Regional Archery.
You know, words.
Complex. It's actually in Lemon Valley, which is nice because that's where we live. We live up in the hinterlands, in the bastard hinterlands, as it was once referred to in the newspaper.
And it's super beautiful, that range up there. It's like pinyon,
it's cool.
and it's all wild, and you can see down into the valley.
Yeah, there's a lot of
highly recommend.
rolling hills. Beautiful.
Yeah, gorgeous. If you want to come out with us and do archery, hit us up.
Yeah, hit us up. We'll go.
We're down. I have a longbow. She's a recurve. All archery is welcome.
Yes. Any bow type.
Yeah.
I'd like to bring.
Any bowmans?
Bowmen. Bow people.
Bow folks. With an
Bow
X.
folks. Yes.
Bow
I like
folks.
that.
What's new with me is that I found a pigeon
Oh gosh.
this morning.
Yeah.
Its leg is all messed up and
Is it still alive?
gnarled. When I left my home, it was in my bathtub in a box, and I cranked up the heat in my entire house, which is very expensive because I have propane, so that the bird would maybe be warm and comfortable while I was gone. But if anyone out there is a vet or an EMT, just somebody that
A bird EMT.
someone that feels comfortable amputating a leg of a pigeon, please hit me up.
Maybe you're just kind of creepy, and you.
Not if you're creepy. But I'm like, I'll have a one-legged pigeon, and then you know what? I posted all over. I called literally 15 vets this morning, and everybody's react was like, it's a pigeon, just let it die. You know what? No.
Stay tuned, folks. Next week on the Boost, we'll see if this pigeon lives or dies. It's a real cliffhanger.
Yeah, if the pigeon's alive and it's healing pretty well, maybe I'll bring it in for the show.
Wow, let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
Don't you want me to have a one-legged pigeon? Come on.
Sure.
It's gonna go well with my clown persona. My clownsona.
Oh my god.
Any opportunity to talk about clown stuff, you know?
Yes. Clowns and pigeons.
Yes.
Well.
All right.
So with that said.
Yeah. You know, we're only 4 minutes in, but we're doing great on time, and we're just gonna go right into.
We're doing great on time here, folks.
We're gonna go right into.
We're ready.
Our
Going to our interview.
Look,
All right.
and I feng shuied in here with Alicia.
Yeah, do you
today.
like? We're trying to set it a little nicer.
Is this
here,
better?
guys.
Look, this nice chair I got.
Sprocket's doing like a green screen thing with the yellow sweater on the yellow wall. So.
That's
Now
a nice,
there's a
it's
space,
got a
though.
nice composition.
It is.
Yeah.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
You guys like it?
All right.
Feedback. Let us know in the chat. Oh, here, let me. Hold on. I'm gonna put this here so that I can actually see you.
Uh-oh, we have a interloper. What are you doing, Cass?
It's
Would it really be Signal Boost without the kids busting in on us during an interview? Probably
Yeah,
not.
for real.
All right, so today do you want to?
No, go. You're doing it.
We're going to interview Kris Vagner, and she is what's your title at Double Scoop?
I have
editor-in-chief.
Every title of
Every
place,
title.
I have all of those titles.
All of the titles. If you need something done that has to do with covering art in Northern Nevada, Kris is wearing all the hats. So please introduce yourself, though, the way add anything that I left out, if you'd like.
I'm Kris. I'm the editor of Double Scoop. You can see my logo on my t-shirt. Yeah, Double Scoop is, think of an art magazine, but one that you can actually read that talks about the people in your community making art, and I'm the editor and the publisher and the
Founder.
and we just became a nonprofit last month, so now I'm the
Congratulations.
executive director as well.
Wow.
Thank you.
Slaying it.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
And you're all over all of Nevada, all the way from
Yeah.
Elko to Reno to Vegas.
Yeah, we don't just cover Reno. We talk about art all over the whole state, and a little bit in Tahoe and like nearby parts of California too, and mostly Reno and Vegas. And we have been having so much fun. We is like there are contributors who are like contributing reporters and like
That live
interviewers
there,
who live here and in Vegas. So we have been having so much fun getting to know the Vegas art scene, which we didn't know all that well before.
That's really
They have cool things going on.
They do.
Yeah, and I'm like also getting to know every single corner of Reno Sparks art scene.
Yeah, it's really cool. We can kind of relate to that.
Yeah,
The way
and
we,
Have you been meeting Vegas too?
no, I know what I mean.
Like, it's
how
just
you
getting
get
meeting
into a lot of
everybody.
Reno.
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
doing this, we end up.
And I saw you posting about the Tuscarora pottery summer camp stuff,
Yeah.
which that's like super rural.
Super rural. Okay, here's the thing.
Yeah.
When I first moved to Nevada, it was in 2000, I think. And I didn't land in Reno. I landed in Tuscarora, which is
What?
in Elko County. Yeah, 52 miles outside
Fascinating.
of Elko.
Yeah.
And there were about 15 people who live there. Now it's a little bit fewer.
Oh my God.
And yeah,
So tiny. It's like a weirdo arts place.
and most people who live there are artists.
But there's
And
15 people that live there.
it's fewer now. It was 15 at the time.
It's less than
And
15.
my son was born there, so we like raised the population by 12%.
How did you
single-handedly.
end up there? I need to know.
So, okay, I ended up there because Elaine Parks, who's an artist and a dear friend, we met in Los Angeles, and she moved there to work with the pottery school and be part of the pottery school. And I kept going to visit her from Los Angeles, and every time I drove across Nevada, I thought that I want this, I want to be here. And I just
That's
couldn't.
cool.
From LA
Yeah.
to 15-person
Tuscarora.
Tuscarora,
Yeah.
Nevada.
And like I just couldn't. I like had to stop leaving and just be in Nevada. It was awesome.
That's really cool.
And you know, like things just happened in life so that it was a moment that I could like pick up and
Yeah.
move there. So I did. And so I got this concept there.
Wait, were
that-
you already pregnant when you moved there?
No.
Okay.
No, that was a few years later.
Okay. But that's still badass. Either way.
But you know, it's in this tiny place of just a few people, and most of them, you know, which is like I don't know, 5'8" or something, are professional artists who have these careers, national or like Western, you know, art careers, and they're showing in galleries, and so it's this like real art place, and people assume it's an arts colony. It's not really. It's not like a collective thing. It's people doing their own thing. But there's also this summer pottery school that's been there since the 60s. So anyway, the whole point of going back to the Tuscarora story is I just developed this idea that like, oh, there is this like not cohesive, but there is this Nevada art community. Like you could call it one thing. We share these resources, and like Reno was my art city, and like I'd go to Vegas to show artwork, and we'd drive like 9 or 10 hours.
Right.
So that's the seed of that idea of like, okay, there is a statewide art community.
Yeah.
It got planted in my mind in this town of 15 people, and I just kind of kept that idea. And I was like, I always want to treat the state like it has this one art community. So that's where that came from.
I like that.
Nice. I feel
Long
like,
story.
That's
Long.
really cool. Well, no, that's perfect.
I love
That's
that.
super interesting.
Wait, so how many years did you live there?
I moved to Reno in 2004. So
Like
4 years? Yeah.
That's crazy. What was the hardest part about living in a town of 15 people?
I don't know. Most of the things you think are going to be hard are easier than you think. Like you think it'll be lonely, and it's not, because people are always visiting you. And
Yeah, it's like.
But like if you've got beef with somebody, then they're like,
Cannot get away from that
you
person.
know what? No comment.
well.
That's I've always wanted to go there. That's actually the LA Goes to High Desert Montessori, you know, and all the
Yeah.
classes are named different places in Nevada,
yeah.
and her
That's
classroom is Tuscarora. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, the pottery school has been pretty active lately. They're doing summer workshops, and you can go
Cool.
take a 2-week workshop in a specific skill.
That's cool.
And they have instructors who are people who live there, including Elaine, and I think Gail Rappa teaches there too. She's a jeweler.
Nice.
who's lived there for years. Yeah, and then like visiting artists come from other towns, and it's kind of a happening scene in the summer.
That's cool.
It's
It
very
sounds
cool.
like they might have like a pretty large transient community. Like do people come and go? Like,
Kind of a little
come
bit
to
of that.
do stuff there.
Yeah, a bit of a seasonal community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the summer
Because if you
scene
have a
is different.
school, obviously, like you must have people coming because it wouldn't be those 12 people. I
And they
guess.
have, they have a salt kiln too, right? Which is like pretty fancy. Is that what that's called? Salt kiln?
Yeah, I think they have a salt kiln. I think I'm not like a super good ceramics tech brain, but I think doing salt is kind of tricky and technically tricky. But I think they are trying to do it this summer. I shouldn't speak for them though, because I'm like I think I remember.
Yeah, I think it struck me because I know that's like a challenging thing that makes stuff extra beautiful or whatever. So I was like, ooh, this technique, you know.
They do have they have a bunch of homemade like hand built kilns in the yard, and
That's true.
it's a very cool place. You should visit.
Man, yeah, I want to go.
We gotta go.
I want to go with you though. Like you take us and give us the inside.
All right,
road
road
trip.
trip. Let's go.
Okay, yes.
All right,
Yes.
Tuscarora Road trip.
I'm so in, 100%. So how long has I was gonna say Signal Boost Double Scoop been around?
Well, Signal Boost is on episode 43.
Thank you, thank you.
Is it 40?
No, whatever it was, 40 something.
34.
34.
Yeah, inverting.
Journalists, we always check our facts before we say things on live camera. Always.
Clearly. We've never.
I've never been on live camera. I always have a chance to go and check and make sure I was
See,
right.
it's nice because we never have to watch it now.
Yeah, we never watch it
That's
again.
the bonus.
Actually, that's not true. Sometimes I will watch it and then I will legit laugh at myself. It's kind of a nice feel. It's made me like myself more.
That's cute. I don't think I would like myself more if I watched this. What do you think? Tell me the difference.
Oh, you too.
This is
It's
the
so
chat.
fun on camera. I watch you.
Thanks.
I
We got
forget
one of
your
our
question.
guests to date. I'm not going to name any names, but
Oh,
one
yeah.
of our guests who was on here, someone they've been talking to, watched the show because they were going to be on here and then agreed to go on a date with them. So if you're trying to get a date,
Oh.
hit us up. You can
Come
come
on
on the
the
show. It's a good way, apparently, to get a date.
I don't know about that.
Depends how you. It depends. It could be a bad way.
It's true. So, Double Scoop.
Double Scoop, though.
2018. It's been around since 2018.
Cool.
That's
Baba Yaga year. Nice.
Yeah.
And then you always do a party for all of your members, right? Because people can become a member, right, of Double Scoop, or a supporter.
Right, yeah. So you don't have to buy a subscription like it's a magazine. You always can read it for free and listen to our stuff for free. But if you like it and you want to voluntarily subscribe, we have about 55 people who just say, I'm going to support this. I'm going to pitch in a few bucks every month. So, and for those people, we do paella party every year.
The
Well,
famous
it just-
cherry paella.
Yeah,
It was an ice cream party.
Yeah, it used to be ice cream, and now it's we've upgraded to paella.
Yeah, that's fancy.
And wine. It was and DJs. It's a good party.
At the
That's
Holland, right? Was it the Holland last
Yeah.
time? Yeah. And then aside from doing the website and social media, you also do a podcast, and that's on K-Wink.
Right.
And people can also listen to it online.
Yes. And you've been on it, and you were so
Yes.
good. I love that talk. Yeah, it's the Double Scoop podcast. It's on Apple Podcasts, and it's on where you get all of your
Yeah.
podcasts.
Find it where you get
on
all your favorite
podcast
podcasts.
platforms.
So,
I really do sound like that on the podcast. So.
Who was
deep
your-
voice, a deep throaty voice.
What was your favorite story that you've covered? It's hard.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so hard to narrow that down.
Or like, you're
Oh,
in your
gosh.
top, no pressure.
Yeah, what's something that pops into your
Oh,
mind?
wow.
That's a really interesting.
I'm gonna blank
journalism.
out. You know what's weird? I haven't been writing that much lately myself. Like I haven't
You're
read
doing a lot
anything
more of the
interesting in months
management.
because I'm like accounting and doing all this stuff.
I
Okay, so
understand
I can't pick a favorite, but I'll pick one that I think is cool that I like.
Sure.
Perfect.
So okay, there's this artist. She's a photographer in Las Vegas named Michaela Whitmore.
Mhm.
And she had this show at the Barrick Museum at UNLV, and I thought the show looked really cool. I couldn't go see it, but I wanted to interview her, so I thought I'll do it over the phone, and I'll just call her. We'll do a quick Q&A, and we'll print like 600 words or something. And she was talking about her work and just like kind of in layers and talking about her history, and I just thought this story is so rich and so interesting, and like her philosophies are so interesting. She doesn't say this, but I say this, like she's a bit redefining land art, but like as a like younger queer artist, and younger because I'm old, she's in her 30s, and she's just like doing land art with photography from this perspective that feels really fresh, and so I just thought, okay, I'm just gonna like think about this for a long time, and maybe talk to her a couple of times, and do it. It just became a bigger essay. I think this is kind of boring if you're listening, but like this is
it's
like,
not.
No, I
like
love
techie behind the scenes stuff
it.
that like fascinates me all day.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why I
I'm
liked
super
it.
interested to see this body work.
Yeah, because I was so wrong when I was like, oh yeah, this will just be a quick little thing, and then I was like, no, I'm really gonna dive in and like really spend some time in her kind of world, because
that's
it's
cool.
so cool.
Like a full profile of her, and her artistic stuff. Is it on the website now?
Yeah, yeah, everything's still on the
nice. How many words is it?
Oh, I don't remember.
A lot. More than 600.
More than 600. Yeah.
Fair.
Several.
Yeah.
Cool. That's awesome. Michaela Whitmore.
Yeah. I'll send you the link.
Yeah,
yes,
please do.
please.
That sounds really neat. I would like to check that out.
Were there any stories that took a dark twist, or anything that like you started out and then by the end of it you were like, this is a whole...
Boy, I've had that happen in my career before.
Yeah.
But once it happens a few times, you actually get better at planning, and better at kind of seeing obstacles, and seeing when a story is going to meet some difficulty. So I guess I've gotten kind of good at it, because it hasn't happened with Double Scoop.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, like, that's a good segue into talking about, like, how did you even get started with Double Scoop?
Yes.
Who were you before you were all of these things?
Yes.
I was a reporter. I was an arts reporter, and I worked at Reno News and Review for a long time, being an arts editor, and I always thought, this is great. This is a great outlet, and I wish I had more than 1 or 2 pages. I wish we had lots of pages a week.
There's so much
to talk about art. And so like I've thought for years, someday I'll like find a way to have a platform for more arts discussions.
And then you learned if you wanted that, you needed to make it yourself.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's funny how that is sometimes.
Yeah.
And then
Just
now you even write most of the stories. You just are the editor and doing all that stuff. It's crazy how like then you have to have all these people and do all these other I guess you just build it out.
Yeah, it's becoming a thing. It's becoming an organization.
Yeah, it sounds that way. Getting more and more every year. It's growing. It's awesome. That's very cool. Yeah, people are always like, oh, you work in a makerspace. Like, what do you make? And I'm like,
No.
spreadsheets and budgets.
Yeah.
Right. I do that too.
Yes.
Oh, wait,
It's
can
like
we
that.
back up? Can we back up?
Absolutely.
The
Talk
one
about anything
story
ever.
that I thought was super fun was the one that you two contributed to.
Oh,
That was good.
The jewelry one. Or
Yeah.
no, mine. The thing I did was jewelry. It was the Victorian Radicals one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool. That was fun to do.
Yeah, there was the Victorian Radicals exhibition at the museum, at the Nevada Museum of Art. And this is actually Jerry, my husband Jerry, he's out there. He had
makes
this,
the paella.
he had this smart observation. He was like, oh, this show, like, of this Victorian English artist, it's really like, in a sense, these are like the first sort of maker culture people, makerspace people. So I thought, okay, instead of me writing about this, like, I want to call some makerspace people and just ask them to go see it, and that was you, and you, and 2 other folks not from the Generator.
Yeah, it was really cool.
I was not sure if we were gonna get around to doing it. Like we committed, and then I was like, "Oh man, we got a lot going on." But I was so glad that we made it happen, because going to the museum was so lovely, and it reminded me I need to go to the museum more.
Yeah.
And I still haven't gone back since I did that. So please put me on more assignments.
Okay, all right, I've signed you up. You're on.
Like, you are now the museum reporter.
Yeah.
And I haven't done that since, but I like the idea of asking someone to go look at this and respond to this. And I would do that again.
Yeah,
Sure.
and it was interesting to read people's reactions.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
to see what people had to say about it was very cool.
Yeah, no,
It was a cool exhibit. There was
Yeah.
a lot of really cool work in that exhibit. It was very cool.
And you know what's fun to me? Like, we're all coming from a different place when we're looking at art, and you two both were looking at that show with like your own point of view, as like you came in as a jewelry maker and you were talking about jewelry making, and like everyone, I think, keep that in mind all the time. Everyone is coming with different needs and desires and agendas when they're looking at the same piece of artwork. So like, given that, how do you talk about it? It gets so like complicated really fast.
Right.
But so that's, I assure you I will never, ever, ever get bored with my job. It's like I just chew on that question all the time. Every time I'm starting to like write about something or call someone.
Yeah.
No, I love, yeah.
Like, do you see that
Journalism,
here?
journalism is so fun. Like, yeah, the unraveling stories and figuring out the stories you didn't even know were there. Like, all of that. Yeah, I love all that. Love it all.
Yeah, if you ever got bored, you just move over and take a new topic. Like, you can never get bored.
No, it's infinite.
So, what do you think is coming up next for Double Scoop? Like, what are some things you're looking to do in the future that you haven't done before? Do you have any ideas in that realm?
Also, Theater Scoop.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, those are so many big questions.
Sorry.
That's okay. All one at a time, though. I am excited about just us being out in public more and meeting more people. And we had in the very beginning of 2020, I like cracked the code. I realized what is good for our growth is I go out there and show my face and talk to people and meet people and go to events. So I got 10 events on the calendar for 2020. And then, what happened in March, they all got erased in one day.
Yeah.
But 2022 is looking pretty good. It's full of events already. Like I'm doing Sierra Arts Brouhaha fundraiser on Saturday, and I'll get to go talk to their community.
Yeah, that's already Saturday?
Yeah, that's in a couple of days. Are you going?
I should be going.
You could go to that for your date night.
Yeah. That was one of the first things I did when I moved to Reno was volunteer at Brouhaha.
I've never been.
It's really fun.
But now I don't drink.
It's a lot of
so
drunk
is it
people.
still fun
But
if
yeah,
you don't
because
drink?
there's a lot of artists. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, I've never been. I'm looking forward to it. I know. Exactly.
It's great because it's everybody you want to see in one room. Like,
Yeah, I keep seeing everybody that I follow in Reno is like, I'm gonna be at Brouhaha.
It's real weird because you walk in and it's all of the art, right? So it's tables and tables of all your art friends and all their art, and then there's like a band on the stage, and then there's all of these brewers in like their little booth serving free beer and just a bajillion very drunk people. So like that juxtaposition, it's very bizarre, but it's cool. And then everyone gets wasted and they buy your art. So that's the whole point of that.
I mean, I dig it.
Yeah, it's not a bad way to go.
No, it's good.
It's a nice matchup, you know.
Loosen up the wallets a little bit.
Yeah.
Then you
These
don't
artists
have
need to eat. It's tough times.
Yeah, and also then you're not worried. You know, sometimes I think people are like, is this good art? Is this the thing I should buy? Is this, like
they
just
overthink it.
Yeah,
And
and
it
then
just gets looser.
You
then
need
you're
the
just
liquid courage
Yes.
to get that new
just
art.
like
for
have an
your
emotional
home.
connection to the art. You fucking buy it, you put it up, and you're like, oh, that night was great.
Yeah, you rarely buy a piece of art and then you get it home and then you're like, why did I buy this? But I've many times, like, I can think of art pieces off the top of my head that I was really close to buying, it didn't, and that I deeply regret it. Like, I can literally think of certain pieces. There's two that just popped into my head.
How
I
about
can think of
feel
what
how
they
about
looked like.
art pieces you bought and you were too drunk to remember to ever pick them up?
Ooh, it's been a long time.
I feel like this is a very good conversation for the artists who will be there Saturday.
Yeah,
For real. I've sold art to drunk people too, it's just something you do.
for sure. So you're gonna go to a bunch of events. That sounds awesome.
Yeah,
And then and you also, I feel like Theater Scoop just happened, but maybe it's been a minute now.
Well, it's the beginning of last summer. The theater community in Reno, and this is just Reno, not Nevada, because it's a different funding stream. The theater community was kind of announcing events, and Art Town was announcing, and everyone was announcing, and I wasn't seeing too much press about it. And I thought maybe there's a way we can support this and create some more press about it.
Sure.
So we started a separate site, Theater Scoop. Yeah, just to talk about local performing arts.
Mm-hmm. Well, so we certainly have a ton of it.
Which we
Yes.
Yeah.
We do.
We have a cool theater community too.
We
do.
do. We were really
Like
cool
really
theater
cool. I
community.
feel like it punches way above its weight for a
Mhm.
town this size.
1,000%. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, we got to get more theater people on here. I used to live with Ashley from Good Luck Macbeth, so I was like so much more into the theater scene because it was like, oh, what's my roommate doing now? Like go to her play. Like and we also lived in Midtown, so it was like literally just walk to a play.
That helps. Yeah.
Yeah, and and then also COVID, but I've just gotten away from it, so I want to get back. I miss, I grew up outside New York, so Broadway is a big
Yeah.
place. Love them.
Man, we just had that spoken word, that guy Brandon Leake, who won America's Got Talent for spoken word poetry. Do you know about this at all?
Yeah.
And he came and he made this new one-man show, and he debuted it at Bruga. And oh my gosh, it was so good, and it was so cool to get to be there for that. Like, the first time he ever performed this, which his like aspiration for it is to perform it on Broadway. And he's got some big things in the works. He's really interested. So it was cool that he wanted to come to Reno to do that, because he was like, Reno is such a great spoken word scene. And it's like that he, I mean, he's like from California. He's I want to say he's like Sacramento Bay, or somewhere between Sacramento and the Bay. But like, I don't know, I was just really struck by that he was like, well, this is such a cool, like, the community here is so great and everything. I want to come here and do this. It's like,
Reno,
man.
You never know.
It's spoken word, and I love spoken word, so I just, I love that art form.
How cool.
Speaking of, dear viewer, and then he did it again at the Art Museum. He performed it again at the Art Museum, like 2 weeks later.
Yeah, that's where I heard his name.
Yeah.
I remember the Art Museum talking about him.
Yeah, he did it twice in like the span of a few weeks.
Yeah. And can I say, like, if people don't know this, like you said, it just felt like this really cool special thing. So
Yeah.
we met Bruca, and all of the local theaters here are small and
Yes,
intimate.
they're so intimate.
And you always feel like that, like, oh, this is a really special thing that not that many
It
people
feels
got to
so
see.
special.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You just really, like, there were a few local, like, poets, like, young, like, high school aged, who came and did performances too. It was really beautiful. Orlando performed,
Not surprising. He's so good at it. He's so good at it.
Sana.
Yeah.
So he came and performed. That was really cool. It was just a really amazing. Anyway, that was my recent, like, very made a big impression on me theater experience.
So if you were gonna make another scoop besides Double Scoop and Theater Scoop, what would it be?
Oh boy. Okay. The
Ice
part of
cream
me,
scoop, and then you can just eat ice cream.
the part of me that ever wants to sleep again is like, Jesse, no.
Get out.
I'm not saying you have to do it. I just want to know what it would be.
But like long term, like, I would love to see a publication that can cover like music more holistically. Cover like arts, poetry, the literature scene, related culture stuff. I don't.
Let's scoop.
We won't have the capacity to do that for a while.
Yeah.
But if I ever needed a new challenge, it would be that one.
Yeah.
You
I
are
feel that.
watching this, and you would feel drawn to that. There's a vacuum in the community, apparently.
Yeah, do it. We feel like that all the time on our show too. It's like, how do we get more musicians? How do we get more
Yeah, because then getting into the music scene here. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, the music scene also. Yeah.
Yeah.
So crazy.
Well, a question that we always ask is, if you were giving advice to someone who was trying to do something similar to what you're doing, what advice would you have for them? So I guess someone who's maybe like more of an emerging journalist, or maybe even someone who's trying to strike out on their own in that area. Like, do you have any words of wisdom from your journey in that?
Oh, I always think I have something interesting to say, but when people ask me this one, this is the most like routine, standard, stock advice, and you'll hear it all the time, but I think it is actually the best advice. Like, keep showing up. You just keep doing it.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be hard, and you'll, like, if you make something good, the first few times you make it, it is so not worth your time, and it took forever, and it was arduous to, like, the degree you can't believe, and that part gets easier, and the time investment gets shorter, and your skills get better, and there's just no way to make that happen except for, like, keep showing up constantly. Like, you're gonna find doors closing in your face, like, go knock on the next one that very moment. Like, don't even let that sink in, right? Someone says no, immediately email somebody else. I can't stress it enough. Like, persistence it's the only way to make a creative thing happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much rejection that you just have to like get used to.
Oh, get tough about that quickly.
Yeah,
really quickly. So much, like, if you don't get the grant, or you don't get the job, or you don't get the commission, Hey, don't take that personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna not get a lot more than you get.
Yeah,
at
like
every level.
maybe your work wasn't good, but that's one of like 100 reasons.
Yeah.
That you could have gotten that no. Just don't assume that.
And if you ever could sit in on one of the meetings where they're making these decisions, you would not be insulted anymore.
Yeah.
There's so much goes into it, and some of it's
well, it's just so not about like it's there's
it's
so
really,
much.
It's usually not about the work. Yeah, it's usually about all the other things.
Yeah, it has so much to do with the people in that room, right? Like in their own deal.
And like you both know, you've just both had to just keep working your butts off for years to get done the things you get done. And now, like, look at what you do. You've got these like, great sculptures in this great art space and this cool show.
Thanks. It's nice of you to say.
Just didn't give up, for sure.
Right.
Not yet.
And now you run a whole arts publication. You know,
Growing
organization.
every year.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
You got everything you said you wanted.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
No, it's just always that vibe, and then you realize, like, it's just the first step in many steps, right? Like, it's just the first part of a journey.
But have you had these moments as an artist where you're thinking, oh, I'm staying up till 2 a.m. writing letters or spreadsheeting or shopping for an event, and I'm not doing this wonderful, creative, fulfilling thing, but these are the jobs that I do to be an artist, and I'm on the hook, and I'm on deadline, and it kind of sucks. And like I feel like when you've reached that moment, like that's kind of when you've made it as an artist. Like that means you have an art career.
Yeah. When you're updating your website for the grant you're gonna apply to, and you're like,
yeah. No, when you're committed,
over it.
like that way, yeah, that's real. That's when it's real.
Yeah, it's true.
So I have to take my own advice, I guess.
Yeah, right. Uh-oh.
Bye.
Goodbye. My child is leaving apparently. He wanted to say goodbye.
All right.
But anyway, well, we have another interview tonight too.
We got another guest. We got
Bye, guys.
Wonderful to see you.
Thank you so much. Oh, and wait, before you leave, how can we find you? It's in the ticker too, but like, how can people find Double Scoop and get connected?
Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
You can find us at doublescoop.art, not .com, .art. You can find us at theaterscoop.art. On Instagram, we are Double Scoop Nevada.
What if somebody wants to tell you about an art thing that they're doing and have you come and talk to them about it?
Oh, they can email me. I'm Kris at doublescoop.art. And if you forget that, my email address is everywhere. It's easy to find up there.
Yeah.
Don't be intimidated. Send an
Yeah.
email.
Yeah, don't be intimidated. You don't have to have a formal press release or a press manager. If you just have a show coming up or an idea for something you don't think the media is talking about in arts that we should be talking about, it's just come knock on our door digitally or virtually and introduce yourself.
Yes, this is a resource for you. Kris is a resource. She made this for all of us artists and the theater people, and take advantage because it's great. And we're grateful.
Thanks so much for the interview.
Thank you.
I love talking to you.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Hopefully it won't be like a year before we see you again.
Yeah, for real. All right, let me shuffle it down.
All right, so we are going to have another interview tonight, and Sprocket's just going to go get him right now. Hopefully then we'll be right back and we can get started because we don't even have that much. Oh, I guess we have a little bit of time left. So, one cool thing that happened this week, I wonder if I could even cue this up, is Jen Charbonneau had her reception for her newest show, which was called...
Thank you. I don't think he's here yet.
Oh, I was just
What
talking
time
about
is it?
Jen's show.
Oh, yeah,
It's
put Jen's show on.
7:34.
Perfect.
Here, I don't know how to
I got it.
switch the thing, but anyway, yeah, a retelling of The Familiar was the show that Jen did, and I was able to go out to the opening reception on Thursday night of last week, and I took just a little 1-minute video to kind of give you guys a little feel for it who didn't get to make it out. It's a really cool show. It was a duo show. I now cannot think of the second artist, and I feel bad about that. But
Anne Burnell?
oh yeah, I think it is Anna something. Yeah, Anna Burnell, maybe.
Anna Burnell, yeah.
And who is a ceramics artist. So Jen is a like a painter, and she's a little in charcoal, and so you'll see that. But when you're going through any of these physical objects that you see, most of them are made out of clay, or at least partially made out of clay. And a lot of the pigments that you see in the paintings, particularly the larger ones, the yellow pigments, are actually minerals that are particularly vanadium, and that is a mineral that is specifically mined in Nevada. It's it's used in industrial applications. But anyway, just a little information to make it more interesting.
Love that.
So.
For some reason, I don't have sound on this video, but it's cool.
You don't really want to hear it anyway because it's just
background noise.
It's just noise. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was a really beautiful show, and it is still on display at Sierra Arts for a couple more days because it's running until the end of the month. So if you hurry, you can go and check that out. Another show that is closing soon is Holly Sparr's show, which is at the Depot Gallery in Sparks. So that's another one
you did it.
to go check out. So, well, our interview is here, and we
Sit
have
on
a
this
little bit of
couch.
time left, so we're gonna go ahead and get right into it.
Alright, let's do it. Well, okay. I need to sit in this chair. You're gonna be in this interview too?
Sure.
Yeah.
You could just sit here.
Yeah.
Well, you weren't in the Machine Gun Vendetta
No.
interview, so you guys don't even know this person. Well,
Bunch of strangers. Well, here we go.
introduce yourselves.
I'm Aaron.
I'm Stebo.
That's it. What do you guys do?
We're the dynamic duo.
We are the dynamic duo.
Scat art. No.
Yeah.
Please no. You have to leave now.
And wash your
Demonstration, please.
Yeah.
No. Well, I'm a visual artist. I paint canvas, acrylic mainly. Started out with oil, but it takes too long to dry, and I need
Fair.
the money. So,
It's hard to
but-
make it profitable.
yeah, big time. Yeah, it is, especially during the quarantine that it sucked.
Mm-hmm.
But I also do like acting, and more recently with him, he has a production company, and
Mhm.
they produced a Machine Gun video, and I acted in that.
Were you the clown in it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he played the dirty politician for Machine Gun Vendetta's Dirty Politician video, and it was a lot of fun. That show was great.
Yeah.
Well, whatever, it's fine. I was gonna ask about Machine Gun Vendetta, but that's not really what we're talking about. But it's fine because
Yeah.
there's another video that just came out, right? Or another track that just got released.
They have a new single coming out
Cool.
on the 4th.
Nice.
Yeah. that's the next video we're gonna be doing is broken glass. So the single will be out, and hopefully the next month or so, like we'll be able to do the video because me and Scott actually got COVID for a week there, so we were like out of commission, like this Omicron variant just wiped everybody out.
That happened to us
Yeah,
too.
we just got COVID too.
Yeah.
So everybody got it.
Yeah, happy holidays.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah, we like just tested negative, so.
Today for the first time yet. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about your acrylic painting? It seems like a lot of space stuff.
Yeah, I actually just did like a 20-piece set that was topped off with like a 3-foot by 4-foot canvas piece that had like main elements from all of the other ones that I like the most and
Nice.
put into a single piece. And to make that one more special, I even purchased an actual piece of an asteroid and put it in the picture where an asteroid was falling.
Nice.
Oh, that's
It's
cool.
like part of it, yeah. I like to do things like that and like put in like hidden messages and things. So there are things in the painting that like lead to like different knowledge of what would be a background of the astronomy or cosmology that's in the painting. I have
That's
a physics background. I have a degree in physics as well.
Yeah,
That's really
I
cool.
saw that on
That's
your Facebook. I was going to ask you about that. So you make space paintings and you're a physicist. That's pretty nerdtastic.
Yeah, it's crazy. Huh? Yeah. I sold my first painting when I was in 3rd grade.
Wow.
Yeah, it was actually one of the assignments. We were supposed to draw a water scene with chalk. So I did it, but I guess I like used elements of like the sun shining on the water with the chalk, and like stuff I guess the age wouldn't do. And then ever since then, they told me I was an artist, so I just figured I was and kept painting.
It's funny how that works a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, most people who think they're not, it's because they were talked out of it when they were a kid,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
It's kind of.
But then you went to school for science.
Yeah. I actually left high school to play for Machine Gun Vendetta. Well, not to play. I dropped out, and then they asked me if I wanted to join. And then
Dropped
I
out
was,
to be in a punk band.
yeah, had to go on the road. And then, so I did that for a few years, and then when we all got sick of each other and our faces were red from slapping each other and stuff, I went back to school because I like math. And so as soon as I got my degree, I went to UNR. And there's actually another part of the story. But anyway, when I got back out, I started getting back into art, and I sold a couple more paintings, and then got hooked up with these guys who wanted to do the video. And I'm like, yeah, back in Machine Gun Vendetta, like it was fun seeing the old friends and everything, just hanging out.
Yeah, because
That's right.
everybody was playing, since high school. It's so mad years of that band.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah,
So you are born and raised Reno.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. yeah. I was born and raised here. I went to Elizabeth Lenz, Hidden Valley, Grace Warner, and McQueen. That's my track.
So, and you still like it here? Like you're still here? Or
Yeah.
are you just stuck here?
Well, there's only like an inch left in the link in the chain, and then I'll be gone. No, yeah, this place is cool. It's where my friends and family are.
Right.
It's where everything is kicking off. It's where the opportunities are for me at the time.
Yeah.
Right before the quarantine kicked off, I was hired by the Renaissance Motel to do a 3,000 square foot mural for them, like on the inside part of the
Oh my
motel.
God.
Nice.
Yeah, and we got all of the renderings for all of what I was going to put the elements for it and everything, and agreed upon between us. And it was about 4 days before I was supposed to go in and start, and the quarantine hit, and eventually,
And derailed that.
yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh man.
a heartbreaker.
That's the worst. I just had a similar thing happen where the city of Reno was going to buy my sculpture for the Winter Lights Festival, and they were like super stoked about it. And then
Like we applied for art grants to just like get money to build them,
Yeah.
and they were like, they liked her so much, they were like, we want to actually like buy it, and like we will give you more money. It
Yeah,
was the
and
whole
then
thing.
and then the new variant came and everybody got more sick, and then they decided that they weren't going to do the festival this year. And they're like, maybe next year. And I
Yeah.
was
It's
like,
like,
oh, God.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, all right. I'm
It's
gonna have
emotional
my
roller coaster.
have my dream of finally getting a sculpture placed permanently in a city,
Yeah.
but never mind. So
Well,
I super feel that.
It's almost like not only does COVID infect and make us sick, it infects the things we do, like the art
absolutely.
situations that we have COVID and are now dead from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah. Plus the just the interconnectedness of even just going to that Machine Gun show the other night was like just fueled my, my soul felt so much better. I was like, oh, I'm like with cool people and we're doing a fun thing and like celebrating like the art, and like suddenly everything feels so much better. Like, and being separated like that has been so gnarly.
Yeah.
No, I mean the generator, we're still not open. It's been
We got all this space
years.
and we can't even, yeah.
It's just,
And
it's
there's
so
a lot of
sad.
space. This is the coolest workspace I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Thanks.
big time.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential here, and
It is a really great space. We cannot wait to have everyone in here. Truly.
Yeah, and
Despite
Come.
appearances, we're doing literally everything we can all the time
Be here.
Yeah.
to get this open. But
Yeah.
it's fine. We're not going to talk the City of Sparks. We're not going to talk badly about them.
no, we're not talking badly about anyone. We're just defending.
They're great.
But it'd be cool if we were open.
It would be cooler if we were open.
So you've been doing paintings since you were in 3rd grade. That's
Yeah.
really impressive.
Yeah.
What's your favorite? Well, I guess you love space stuff, but is there anything specifically that you really, really love to draw and create?
Yeah, going back, I haven't been painting since 3rd grade. I actually, after I did that chalk one, I was in pencil. I did
Okay.
pencil all the way until I was,
You've
I
been
got,
doing visual arts since
yeah,
then.
yeah. I did a self-portrait in high school that got me into the Scholastic Art Awards, and I won Silver Key.
Oh wow.
And then, and it was like it looked like me. It was the realest picture I'd ever drawn. And then, so that's what I really got into after that is getting the sharpest, finest pencils, hardest pencils I can get, and doing layer after layer through all of the shades to get the most realistic look.
hyper-realistic.
Yeah, hyper-realism. And then,
Wow.
one tax return, me and my buddy were at Walmart, and I grabbed a paint kit. I was like, oh yeah, paints. I could add color maybe to something.
Sure.
And then we just took off from there. I haven't drawn anything since.
Oh my
All I
gosh.
do is paint.
Fell in love with paint.
Yeah. Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Man, but I kind of want to see you do a portrait.
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
I should have brought one. So I
Yeah.
still have the one too, and I'd be drawing on it so much it'd be like into the middle of the night, like my parents are sleeping, so I have like a candle, and the wax drops on the painting, so I have to like, or the portrait.
Love that.
That's so funny. Most kids are like trying to stay up to watch TV. You're like just trying to draw portraits.
Yeah, yeah. Or
That's
read
awesome.
read Goosebumps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah, the reading under the blanket with the flashlight. Yeah.
I was the kid that like had the book behind my math book, and then I had like my reading book, and I was like, oh yeah, whatever.
I'm just really into this math book, and I have to hold it
Yeah.
at this angle.
I was the worst. I was that kid for sure.
I remember taking a Game Boy in the bathroom in elementary school and playing it and forgetting that I was in there. It was like a half hour later, and my teacher's like, "Come out of here." Oh, no.
Like, you okay? And
Yeah.
they're like, oh my goodness.
I hope you got fresh batteries.
Oh yeah. They were clean. I washed my hands.
Yeah.
So, oh, go ahead.
No, go. I was
I was
just gonna
gonna
talk
say,
about
so
Game
like
Gear.
Game Gear. Okay, we're just gonna go to.
Because it was
old
8
school.
batteries. Could you remember? Oh my god, that was nuts.
Yeah.
I didn't have any of that kind of stuff, so I don't.
Oh.
When I was a kid,
You were just chasing frogs.
chasing
She
frogs
lived
mainly.
on a farm in
State.
Pennsylvania, so
Well, I mean, we just weren't allowed to have video games too. I mean, I knew people who had video games.
Oh.
It wasn't like I lived in a part of the world where you couldn't get them. It was just we had very strict parents, but.
You didn't wake up in a loincloth and go hunting
Yeah,
for
it
food.
was just like out in in the boonies, and we didn't hear I knew people who had them, but I was gonna say. So, do you have any future plans for your art? So was that going to be your first big mural?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
mural. So
Yeah.
you probably would really like to do.
Yeah,
a
I'd like to
mural
do another
somewhere.
mural for sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
the city of Reno has a bunch of mural calls out right now.
Do they?
You should apply. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty sizable grants too, which is really nice.
Oh, so all that the city mural business is opening up again.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll send you links.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna start doing murals again. That's what I've been planning. No, yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Nice.
That sounds good. Yeah, I was gonna get back into actually I'm in the middle of a painting right now. What I did is I took an acoustic guitar and I took the neck off it, and then I dismantled the body and then canvassed the back of it into just a panel, but flipped it around so it looked, and then glued the neck to it, so the whole front of the guitar is just a canvas. And then I'm gonna do the Johnny Cash flipping you off Folsom Prison picture.
Nice.
Yeah, on it in black and white with maybe a touch of color here and there.
Nice.
That sounds sick.
But, yeah.
There you go. There's a portrait.
Yeah. True.
Dope.
Do you still do music too?
Yeah, I practiced the guitar all through the quarantine, and
Nice.
I got alright. But yeah, I am gonna start getting back into that. Yeah, for sure. But there's other doors opening now. Like I like doing the acting, comedy, like telling jokes and stuff.
Oh, sweet. Like stand up?
Yeah.
You do a lot of stuff, man. You got a lot of hobbies.
I'm surprised you haven't asked any clown questions yet, honestly.
Because the clown, it's not like he's into clowning. He just was a clown.
Yeah. Oh yeah. See, I'm not an educated clown. I didn't graduate from a clown college.
Yeah.
We do have a friend who went to clown college.
Yeah, we do.
She's actually a clown with Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah. See, I have respect for that. I'm not trying to take away from the clown's job either. I'm not.
No, she's just. Like
she's amazing.
We've started a clown troupe. That's why Alicia's asking. Yeah.
And it was because Sprocket is very into clowns.
I've gotten really into clowning.
Yeah. It's fun. It's crazy. You can do anything when you're a clown.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's kind of why it's like the freedom of being able to be whatever character, and also not really having to talk.
Yeah.
And just like doing physical like comedy and like physical like I think is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So.
Getting an Airbnb in rural Nevada and taking photos in the shower.
Oh,
in
That's part of it.
Yeah.
Just fucking knocking over candles. I mean, if you're ever the person who rented us the Airbnb, that's not actually what happened.
Yeah, it's fine. We have a clown photo shoot coming up on February 5th. So
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
And you guys have like full costume and everything.
We will be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure are.
I have a knack for accidentally wrangling all my friends into weird shit, you know.
Accidentally.
Oh yeah.
Weird shit like
strategically,
like
methodically.
As someone who got wrangled into being a clown for your friends, I'm sure you know about this.
She likes to wrangle her friends into things like doing a weekly live stream.
Oh,
art.
Yeah, and the continuation of talking about the clown
like really
shoot.
weird stuff.
Should I be there for the clown shoot?
I mean, you could show up if you want to.
Yeah.
They show up as the politician.
Yeah, show up as the politician.
The politician clown.
Or another character.
Honestly, it's kind of a sunset sexy clown vibe. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of the vibe.
Sunset sexy clowns, ladies and gentlemen.
Tough Peach will be the photographer, and she's actually going to be on the show in February, so that's cool. And then you should come on the show as your own human.
Yeah.
And talk about your production company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I didn't even know you had an interview until like an hour ago. Like,
and you're like,
just,
me too.
Yeah.
Oh, these really famous people you don't know.
You're like, yeah, I know about the generator.
Well, yeah, he starts like talking about the interview. I'm like, who's got a podcast going on tonight? Signal. I go, wait a minute, are you gonna go hang out with Jesse? Yeah, I'm gonna go hang out with Jesse.
Like,
I'm like, I don't know what, dude.
Reno.
I have to go say hi.
Yeah.
Oh man, see that's how it be sometimes.
Yeah. It's cool, you know. You just make friends with like that. This Signal Boost is for everybody, guys. That's what we always say, and we are booking it out right now. And like, really, we want to talk about everyone and what they're doing, and so just hit us up on
Yeah, even things like this. This is opening friendships that I haven't had before, just from being comfortable here at this podcast.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So if people want to see your art, where can they find you?
Any dark corner. You like look for.
In Reno, just like look for a creepy cloud.
The creepiest alleys only.
Yeah, and then just give it a little.
And just like rustle a dumpster, kick the dumpster.
Yeah, rustle any dumpster.
That would be really dope, actually. If you just had like a dumpster like gallery and people just knew where to find you, that would be pretty dope.
Yeah, that would be cool.
It's not because he's trashy; it's because he's really in the recycle.
Yeah,
like the reusing.
It's about
you know what I mean? That's what it's about.
eco-friendly.
I mean, a dumpster's smart because you could just roll that thing
Tiny
around.
house.
Yeah. You can go anywhere. You're like, find my dumpster this weekend at, you know.
Just rolling it around town.
Yes.
Like when they did the dumpster pool in Philly. Well, that's a whole different thing.
Oh, the dumpster.
They just like filled a pool. They made a pool in a dumpster. People did.
They're not allowed to do that anymore.
And it was like a big controversy, the dumpster pool.
Yeah, there was.
Because it's like not hygienic.
Yeah,
totally. Dumpster.
Yeah, but there's a lot of street parties, you know, like.
Yeah, like block parties.
Block parties in Philly.
Oh, yeah.
We used to live in Philly.
Yeah.
So
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
And it's like hot as hell because it's concrete jungle. It gets so disgustingly humid, hot.
Gross.
Like you're like trying to go to sleep at night and it's like 98 degrees and the sheets are like sticking to you, and you just have like one like creaking ceiling fan and you're dying.
Yeah.
So it's that kind of life. So of course people are like busting fire hydrants and filling dumpsters with water just to get cool.
Yeah.
Because that's what you gotta do.
This place is the opposite than that. Like in a laboratory, like in a science laboratory, and in any part like that's lower than where we're at, usually you have to by law dry out your beakers when you're done washing. Here, up here, it dries so quick you don't have to. You can.
Tell me other random physics facts.
Yeah.
Tell me more science facts, please.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got them all day.
Perfect.
He's better than Wikipedia.
Yeah, we're all gonna die.
Wow.
Okay, all right.
Well, on that note.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the science fact?
Yeah,
Okay.
Give or take 80 years.
Yeah. What about, what's the craziest physics fact you could tell us, besides the dying part?
That's not that crazy.
No, it's not.
Oh man.
Okay,
On the spot now.
This is gonna be
No,
terrifying.
yeah,
This is gonna be...
I'm gonna do it. Screw it. Okay, so at UNR physics program, I was in the atmospheric physics class with Professor Arnott, and he's like the world's leading aerosol carbon scientist. He built the world's most powerful aerosol carbon detector. It can sweep an area from here to LA. Usually it can only sweep an area of like a city. So he collected more accurate data and compiled it and figured out that in about 80 years from when he did it, was about 10 years ago, the carbon layers in the upper atmosphere are going to be denser than the oxygen cushion, and it's going to push the oxygen cushion up, and all of the carbon is going to saturate the surface, and life won't be able to exist on Earth in 80 years.
That's the saddest news.
Well, there you have it.
Get ready for it.
You heard it here.
70 years
You're
now.
first. Well, you may be
70.
here. You're here first.
Man, but
I heard it from that guy.
all right. Well,
That's,
No. but
maybe
we're gonna get that under control.
Yeah. Well, maybe we can live under the ground.
We're up in the air
Up in the air.
where the oxygen is.
Oh
Up
yeah.
in floating cities.
Fuck. We gotta get rich. Okay.
We gotta go make
We
some.
gotta go. We gotta go get rich.
Yeah, it started hard. Now we
Because
got
you know it's
floating
only gonna be
cities
rich
and-
people in
yeah.
the floating cities.
Yeah, Elysium.
We've all seen Elysium.
Oh,
Yeah.
we know. Yeah.
But
I'm
that's-
reading Neuromancer right now. Like, I know what's up. Cool. I'm gonna get some Bitcoin, so I'm gonna go do that right now. And
Is that the answer? Bitcoins.
Yeah.
Get rich and ensure your own future.
what's up, Potato? Show me some Bitcoin.
Our friend is.
Our friend's really into the crypto right
Well,
now.
you better.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Time here.
We gotta wrap it up. So get on out. Go on out. We'll see you in a second.
I don't know how to go.
I don't know how to
Still out
transition
here.
yet. I don't know how to
Yeah.
transition.
Yeah, well,
You're awesome.
You're awesome.
we're just gonna wrap
Just roll
this
with it.
up, dudes.
We're gonna
Oh,
wrap it up
guy.
and then we'll come right out
Wrap
there.
it up.
Yeah.
We got like 3
Wrap it
minutes.
up.
Wrap it up.
That's a wrap.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Carbon.
Carbon. Let's not think about it.
That's how we deal with everything, folks. That was fun. Did you guys have a good signal boost? Viewers, we're gonna
Real
do Instagram roundup and then we're gonna go.
Yeah.
I gotta go ask that physics guy about how I'm gonna survive.
We gotta make a plan. Alright, Instagram roundup, folks.
Okay, Nerd Nights. It's been postponed to March 9th at the West Street Market. You should go. Birds, we talked about this already. Maybe if you were here at the last one. Birds, skiing, and anxiety in space.
What's not to like? There's something for everyone in that lineup.
You love it.
You will love it.
Okay, what else we got
It's
here?
not. Oh, yeah.
Wandering Wild. They have started doing all of their markets. So if you want to be part of all the markets that they're going to do in the spring and summer, which they have a ton coming up, they're really cool. It's like a woman-owned business, and they run the Virgil, and they're just super rad. So I would highly recommend becoming a vendor with them. If you're looking for how to get into the scene and start doing all the fair circuit, hit them up. Animal Arc has winter weekends coming up.
I went last weekend.
Oh,
I did.
Tell
Went
us
to
about
Animal
it.
Arc. It was really nice. The bears are hibernating, so if you, like me, went because your 4-year-old was desperate to see some bears, you won't actually get to see bears. They're sleeping. But
that makes a lot of sense.
But all the other animals were really out because it's cold, so they're out like basking in the sun. So it's actually a really nice time to go. We've been a few times. I really enjoy going there.
I actually
If you've
called
never
them.
been, it's a really nice
It's-
little way to spend an hour or two.
It's very beautiful, and it's all the way out on Red Rock. It's a nice
beautiful
drive.
out there. Yeah,
You
it's
can stop by
really
my
nice.
house on the way. We
Yeah,
can go to
it's
the
right on the
archery
way.
range.
It's right out there.
And I did call them earlier about my pigeon, so
Yeah,
they didn't answer the phone.
it's harsh.
Rattlesnake Greenhouse. This is the Rattlesnake restaurant. I haven't been there yet, but it seems really good.
Nice.
They just started. They have their own.
Ooh.
They grow all their own stuff that they use at the restaurant. It's so cool.
Wow.
And now they're growing all of these teas.
That sounds so nice.
Yes, and I guess you could go get some of the teas to bring home too. But I just want to go there and drink some of these teas.
Yeah, we should go.
Grown right here in Reno.
That's nice.
So
I really
nice.
want to grow tea this year in my garden.
I love that.
I grew a lot of chamomile last year.
German?
I don't know.
Come on. Reno Hearts You is doing a motel fundraiser for youth, and you should help them out if you can. Housing crisis is real, and we all should be doing our parts, myself included. So go to Reno Hearts You. They're a great organization.
Yeah, they're amazing. You should be following them if
You
you're
should.
not.
You should. I talked about this last week, but I wanted to bring it up again. Is that Urban Roots is doing all their winter volunteer hours, and they could definitely use your help. And it's such a nice just go out to the farm and help out for a couple hours. There's so many cool things. Like the Truckee River cleanup will be happening on the 12th, so that'd be pretty rad. And maybe we'll go and film it, which is what I said last time, because I'm trying to psych myself into going and filming.
It's always hard because we have small little children and you're not supposed to bring them to those things.
Yeah.
We take them most places that we go.
Yeah, for real. So at the Holland, they're doing a cat and art thing in the Serva Pool Room, I guess.
Ooh.
And they want to know, and books. The whole thing is that it's like you come and you read books with cats.
Oh.
So cute. Cat
That's
lounge.
cute.
And they want to know what books you want to read in the lounge. So
Hit them up.
hit them up, let them know.
Radical cat.
Look at these beautiful cats that are waiting
Cute.
for you to cuddle them.
Oh,
Maybe-
I have my cat.
Maybe you're like our friend Duchess and their stupid landlord won't let them have a cat. So you can go over there and read a book and pet a cat. I should tell Duchess.
That's nice.
Monday Night Poetry is happening, open mic at Shim's, and it's the Spoken Views Collective.
Nice.
We gotta go to that too. Every Monday, go and do poetry and then tell us about it.
I want to go. I love that.
Carson City, so cute. They're doing this campaign where it's free Hungry Hikers and Bikers digital pass, and if you go and you do a hike, then they give you either a discount at a restaurant or a free coffee
Nice.
or some cool thing. So that's such a fun go down to Carson, hike a cool thing, and then go get discounted lunch
It's
or
a
whatever.
nice day, guys.
Yeah, super nice day. Love that. I love Carson City, I really do.
The Carson's super cute.
The mobile market at the farmers market down at the what is it called?
At the
Riverside.
Arts.
Yeah, McKinley. What's really cool is they do this Reno mobile market where you can just buy a box, and for $25 you come down and you just pick up your box of local produce. So it's like
Oh, so it's like a CSA.
yeah, it's like a CSA.
Nice.
Yeah, but I think you don't have to be enrolled for a
Right,
season. You
right,
can
right.
just get the box, drop in.
It's less expensive and it's less a commitment.
Yes, and that's so nice. Maybe you don't want to go down to the farmers market; it's kind of cold or
You're
whatever.
like single. You don't go through a lot of vegetables.
Yeah, you just pop down, you get the little box, and you
Yeah.
have something delicious
That's
and
super
local.
nice.
All
I
right,
like one of
folks.
those.
Yeah, I know, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, I should really do that.
Well, thanks for tuning in, and have a great night.
See ya.
See you next week.